Now, the rest of this video will be dedicated to making fun of him and slandering his name. Let's get into it. From as far back as I can remember, my dad has been a Bob the Builder, I can fix it type fella. And he always tried to make fun stuff for us while growing up. He made a train table for me, a half pipe for my brothers, a deck for our house, a multi-level treehouse with a zip line, and installed a rope swing to the tree out front. And in most cases, he's able to fix things that aren't working. Except his son's attention spans. Or his own. Nobody can. But this blessing can become a curse when something stumps him. I think fixing things is so integral to his essence that once he starts fixing, he can't stop.
Come on, you piece of crap! Gosh, the frick, dang it!
Dad, it's okay. Just calm down.
I'm completely calm! I can see that.
I definitely inherited his hyperfixation trait. Who's to say if that's good or bad? At our old house, the screen on our porch door broke off, and Dixie got used to jumping through the empty door. Dad fixed the door and even made a special hole in the screen next to the door for Dixie to walk through instead of the door.
Yep, that's not going anywhere.
This is one of the only times I've seen my father just give up. He left the door without a screen after that. In one game, I was doing very well for myself. I had several stars and a whopping 270 coins. But this was the Spaceland map. If the center platform gets stepped on 5 times, Bowser's spaceship shoots a giant laser across the board. And of course, I was right in the crosshairs.
Hey, no, stop, just calm down, don't do it.
I started resorting to more drastic measures to try and beat my brothers. There's a mini game where you have to mash the A button as fast as you can, and I decided to tip the scales in my favor. I grabbed a massage gun and put it on max speed on my palm, which caused my fingers to vibrate insanely fast. Then I put my finger on the A button and...
Finish!
No! As the second youngest, my older brothers were always so much better than me at everything. And honestly, so was Brenner. He was spat out the womb knowing how to use an iPad and was 360 no-scoping noobs while still in diapers. Hi, I'm Bryson, and today I'm finally gonna fulfill a promise I made 6 years ago.
Also, my eyes are kind of messed up. I'll talk about it in a future video. But anyways.
Okay, that's enough of that. Now, I know what you must be thinking.
Why did it take you 6 years to finally talk about this?
And to that I say, I don't know. Get off my case, dude. You're not my dad. Our story begins 23 years ago. My mom was pregnant, and she, my dad, and all my siblings were hoping for a girl, since she had had 2 boys in a row. Then, much to everyone's disappointment, she had another boy. Me. Little did they know, the disappointments were just getting started. Before I could even speak, my parents noticed some issues.
Why do his eyes look like that?
My left eye would drift. Sometimes I'd be wall-eyed, and sometimes I'd be cross-eyed. I think this baby is a dud. Send it back and get a new one. There's even a family photo of me wearing Mr. Potato Head glasses.
I think he's trying to tell us something.
In fact, there are a lot of goofy pictures of little me. Look at that. Not a thought behind those eyes. From as far back as I can remember, my dad has been a Bob the Builder, I can fix it type fella. And he always tried to make fun stuff for us while growing up. He made a train table for me, a half pipe for my brothers, a deck for our house, a multi-level treehouse with a zip line, and installed a rope swing to the tree out front. And in most cases, he's able to fix things that aren't working. Except his son's attention spans. Or his own. Nobody can. But this blessing can become a curse when something stumps him. I think fixing things is so integral to his essence that once he starts fixing, he can't stop.
Come on, you piece of crap! Gosh, the frick, dang it!
Dad, it's okay. Just calm down.
I'm completely calm! I can see that.
Hi, I'm Bryson, and today we're gonna talk about how a fun childhood hobby slowly devolved into a hellish war of spiteful competition. How the shame and humiliation of losing festered inside me and drove me to do anything in my power to destroy my siblings. I'm talking, of course, about the Italiano Paisano himself, Mario. But before we delve into my villain arc, let's go back to a simpler time, when I was taking my first baby steps into the world of video games. It was all so new to me. It felt like I was a cosmic pioneer exploring a different galaxy. Super Mario Galaxy, the game where you traverse the universe as everyone's favorite Italian plumber. If you haven't played this game yet, change that immediately. When I play this game now, it feels like that scene from Ratatouille.
Hello.
It enthralled me as a child with its constant stream of new and inventive platforming ideas. After watching Brody play Galaxy for a while, I decided to graduate from game watcher to game player. Move over, Brody. Mom said it's my turn on the Xbox. I looked it up, and apparently being able to unfocus your eyes manually comes from the ability to relax the ciliary muscle, and not everyone can do it. So yay, we all learned something today. Look at these pictures. I can do this with my eyes whenever I want. It's great. It's dissociation on command. Oh no, I'm bored in class? Boom! Welcome to the blurry realm. My family and friends definitely make fun of me though, cause they can tell when I'm not listening to them.
So the other day I was repainting the guest bathroom for the 6th time, and then I decided that I didn't like any of the doorknobs in the house, so I had to replace those. And hey, are you listening to me? Use both your eyes. As I was saying, I think I want to rearrange the furniture and go for a more rustic style, and
you can also tell when I'm tired. Uh-oh, looks like it's past someone's bedtime. What makes you say that? And because of my wonky eye, my depth perception isn't great, and you guessed it, that means I'm terrible at sports. Honestly, I'd probably suck at sports even with perfect eyes because of my bad reflexes, but it's nice to have something to blame. I'm seriously scared to play basketball because I feel like there's a 50% chance that I'll get crossed up so bad that I break both my ankles and then get my nose broken by the ball.
Drawbacks of being a superhero. Super speed is cool, but can you imagine if you tripped or ran into a wall? Whoa! I like super speed, but it just seems like there would be a lot of unintended consequences. Like running through someone, a bug hitting your face at the speed of sound, dust getting in your eyes, and running so fast that your feet and legs get disintegrated. Or what if you had super strength and you accidentally punched so hard you destroyed the earth? Oops. If superheroes were real, it would get all political and everyone would hate them. But like, what's a government of normal people gonna do against an unkillable god? We hate you, Omni-Man. Yeah!
My turn.
People often think that homeschooled kids are really good at math and science, but really bad at social interaction. Unfortunately, I'm just bad at both of them. And I know I'm not the only one who feels inadequate watching those documentaries about gifted kids. They're all like,
at age 2, he was already speaking English and Spanish fluently. By age 6, he already graduated high school valedictorian. And by age 10, he had a doctorate in neuroscience and astrophysics. And just last month, he earned a Nobel Prize. If someone made a documentary about me, it would be more like, at age 2, he finally learned to walk. By age 6, he learned how to not spill chocolate milk. And by age 10, he was already drawing silly little pictures. Even though Bo and Winston have their sibling arguments, it's still funny to see their pack mentality. Once, we were at a big dog park and Bo was playing with a Great Dane. Bo barked and Winston heard and thought Bo was in trouble, so he ran to help.
Help is on the way, dear!
Like, buddy, what are you gonna do against a Great Dane? Nibble his ankles? Luckily, Bo also has Winston's back. At that same park, Winston growled and barked at another big dog, and Bo got between them and was like,
What is going on here?
Dude, he literally barked at me for no reason.
Oh, yeah, he does that. As you were.
And of course, no dog story is complete without the rite of passage of the dog almost dying. One time, Brody and Jen were cleaning out a relative's storage unit when they heard Molly chewing on something.
It's a brick of rat poison!
Oh my god!
They rushed her to the vet, and the vet gave her eye drops to make her vomit the poison, because apparently that's a thing. I don't know anything about how any of that works, but they saved her, and she's okay. Woohoo! Molly, I really thought this went without saying, but please don't eat poop or rat poison. I literally can't describe the pure primal fear little Bryson experienced when seeing that giant chain chomp for the first time. And don't even get me started on that Koopa the quick race. I hate this stupid turtle so much. I just couldn't beat him. But then, one day, Brody let me in on a little secret. He's gonna win the race again!
You see that little hole in the wall? Go in.
How is this supposed to...
Oh my god! You see that beam of light? Look up. Follow that coin trail going into the wall.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
My mom did a great job teaching me. She made learning fun with field trips and games, and the one-on-one teaching worked very well for me. I couldn't do what she did. I'm horrified by how quickly my future kids' math homework will be beyond my knowledge. Instead of experiencing the rite of passage of crying at the kitchen table as their dad tries to help them with their math assignment, they'll have the unique experience of crying with their dad about the math assignment. What is 7 times 6? I'm genuinely asking. I don't know what it is. I don't know! And then there's my childhood dog, Dixie. She's really old and deaf and can't see well and can't control her bladder anymore, and she's basically skin and bones, but she still seems to be enjoying life and is always happy to see me. She also recently has decided to never eat dog food again, so she is fed hot dogs and chicken nuggets and leftover meat. She's living like a princess. She's had a lot of adventures and has been a fantastic family dog. I don't know if she'll still be alive by the time I post this video, but here's hoping. Started resorting to more drastic measures to try and beat my brothers. There's a mini game where you have to mash the A button as fast as you can, and I decided to tip the scales in my favor. I grabbed a massage gun and put it on max speed on my palm, which caused my fingers to vibrate insanely fast. Then I put my finger on the A button and... Lots of dogs bark at each other. Let's crank it up from a misdemeanor to a felony. He steals garbage from my trash cans and then stores it outside. It's like a dragon with its hoard of gold, except it's a dog with trash. Literally, as I was writing this script, I heard him start mucking around in the bathroom trash can. I get bloody noses in the winter, and my used bloody tissues are some of his favorite things to steal for some reason. I guess he has a taste for human blood now. It's probably fine.
Hi, I'm Bryson, and today I want to tell you about all the things I was obsessed with when I was a kid. Let's start with the first one. I was obsessed with trains as a kid, especially Thomas the Tank Engine. Wow, Bryson, trains are stupid. Why don't you play with action figures or something?